On the sixth mansion world, the ascending mortal is now very far advanced in the Morontia career. The soul has passed through the earlier worlds of correction, adjustment, social awakening, and cosmic expansion. Now the training turns towards something even greater: preparation for the coming spirit career. On this world, ascenders are permitted to visit transition world number 6. There they begin to learn more about the high spirits of the super universe. They are not yet able to fully visualize many of these celestial beings, but the contact itself marks a widening of the soul's horizon. The ascender is beginning to look beyond the local universe and toward the greater universe career that follows. Here also begin the first lessons in the prospective spirit career, which comes after graduation from the Morontia training of the local universe. The sixth mansion world is therefore a threshold world. The soul is still Morontia, still not true spirit, but it is beginning to sense the realities that lie beyond the Morontia life. The assistant system sovereign frequently visits this world, and the first instruction in universe administration begins. This is important. The ascender is no longer being trained only as a survivor, or even only as a student. The ascender is beginning to learn how universe affairs are administered. The first lessons concerning the affairs of a whole universe are now introduced.
This is described as a brilliant age for ascending mortals. It often witnesses the perfect fusion of the human mind and the divine adjuster. In potential, this fusion may have occurred earlier, but many times the actual working identity is not achieved until the 5th or 6th mansion world. Adjuster fusion is one of the great turning points in the eternal career. The evolving immortal soul becomes united with the eternal divine adjuster. This union confirms the mortal survivor as a true child of destiny. In the presence of the survivor's Morontia associates, the messengers of confirmation speak the words, "This is a beloved son in whom I am well pleased." This simple ceremony marks the entrance of the ascending mortal upon the eternal career of paradise service. After this confirmation, the newly fused Morontia being is introduced to the others by a new name. Then comes a period of 40 days of spiritual retirement from ordinary activities. During this time, the ascender communes with himself and chooses one of the optional routes to Havona, also selecting from the different techniques of paradise attainment. But even these brilliant beings are still not true spirits. They are still more or less material. They are more like supermortals than spirits, spiritually speaking, still somewhat lower than the angels. And yet, they are becoming marvelous creatures. On Mansonia 6, the shadow of the old mortal nature grows less and less. The ascender becomes more kind, more understanding, more sympathetic, and more tolerant. The long struggle upward through mortal experience and Morontia correction does not make the soul harsh. It makes the soul tender. Those who have come up through great tribulation become merciful toward others still growing. Then comes the 7th mansion world, the crowning achievement of the immediate postmortal career. This is a world of final cleansing. The last remnants of unfortunate heredity, unwholesome environment, and unspiritual planetary tendencies are purged away. Whatever still remains from the lower animal origin life is finally corrected. The mansion world career has been slowly demortalizing the ascender, and now that process approaches completion. While on the 7th mansion world, the ascender is permitted to visit transition world number 7, the world of the Universal Father. There begins a new and more spiritual worship of the unseen Father. The ascender finds the Father's temple on this world of transitional culture, but does not see the Father. Still, worship becomes deeper, more spiritual, and more enduring. This habit of worship will continue throughout the long ascending career. Now the ascenders begin forming classes for graduation to Jerusem. Up to this point, they have gone from world to world as individuals, but now they prepare to depart in groups.
Within certain limits, an ascender may even choose to remain on the seventh mansion world for a time, so that a slower member of an earthly or Mansonia working group can catch up. Even at the point of graduation, fellowship still matters. At last, the personnel of the seventh mansion world assemble on the Sea of Glass to witness the departure of the graduating ascenders. These mortals may have visited Jerusem many times before, but always as guests. Now they go as future residents. They leave the entire mansion world career behind and proceed toward the system capital in the company of their fellows. This is not merely another visit. This is arrival with status. They are soon to be welcomed on the receiving field of Jerusem as citizens. The seven mansion worlds are called dematerializing worlds, but they are also demortalizing spheres. On the first mansion world, the survivor is still mostly human, a human mind housed in a Morontia form rather than a body of flesh and blood. But through the mansion worlds, the ascender gradually passes from mortal status toward immortal status. At adjuster fusion, the mortal truly passes into immortal standing. And by the end of the Jerusem career, the ascender will be a full-fledged Morontian. When the mansion world graduates arrive on Jerusem, all the system capital rejoices. A new class of triumphant ascenders has finished the mansion world progression. They have run the planetary race, passed through corrective training, and emerged from the long transition between mortal life and higher Morontia citizenship. The old resurrections are now finished. The final resurrection hall has been left behind on the seventh mansion world. From this point forward, changes in form no longer require a lapse of consciousness or a break in the continuity of personal memory. The ascender has entered a more stable and continuous phase of the universe career. The meaning is beautiful. Mortal death was only an escape from material life in the flesh. The mansion worlds are the beginning of the Morontia career, the transition life between evolutionary material existence and higher spirit attainment. Through these seven worlds of corrective training and cultural education, the mortal survivor is prepared for the greater universe journey. Mansonia 6 is the world of brilliant advancement, adjuster fusion, universe administration, and the first clear preparation for the spirit career. Mansonia 7 is the world of final mansion world purification, deeper worship of the unseen father, group graduation, and farewell to the whole Mansonia career. Together, these worlds show the soul becoming less mortal, more unified, more worshipful, and ready for citizenship on Jerusem.